There was one scene, bro. I'm sitting next to John's dad in the premiere. Like this, you know the scene where y'all got kidnapped going to Pac-Man. Bro. John's dad jumps like this. He said,
"Oh my son!" I'm like, CurbTalks podcast. We're on the curb today. If your butt hurt, stand up, stretch, sit down, let's get straight to it.
Yes, sir. We are back with another episode. It's CurbTalks season 4, episode 9. And we got some special guests with us today, man. Y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves, man.
I'll go first. What's up, y'all? I'm Josh.
What's going on? My name is Norlian.
What's good, y'all? My name is John.
I know y'all know who this is. The cast of Cain or Abel.
Cain or Abel, man.
2023. They were like me in a movie, like. I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
You know, everybody be saying, "Yeah, my life a movie," you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
I've been saying that too.
I know you.
I ain't say that. I'm not in a movie no more. I like chilled out.
Yeah. But now we got people here who actually been in the movie, man. So like, how y'all feeling today?
Feeling good.
Blessed.
Yeah.
Be glad to be here, man.
That's good. We're gonna start off with the curb moment. For those who don't know what the curb moment is, we asked what is their version of CurbTalks. So what is your version of CurbTalks? Like, where do you have your best conversations and with who?
I say the best conversation I had was with my dad, and it was very inspiring. He was talking basically about like purpose, and he was saying that, you know, people may not understand your purpose, and he was saying that even he himself may not understand my purpose or may not agree with it, but like I got to be the one to charge it. I got to be the one to like enforce it and make it happen. So him being that self-aware kind of like led me to show that was like some real
advice.
Real.
He African?
Yeah, he's African.
I ain't never seen African say that. That's crazy. That's tough.
It's crazy you mentioned purpose. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, every single season, purpose always comes up. We actually just did a live podcast recently where we talked about like trying to find your purpose, find your passion. It's like, that's such like an important thing now. Like, y'all doing movies, you know what I'm saying? Like, people, there's so much different things you can do in this world, but it's like, what is your purpose? How do you figure that the whole thing out? But it's like the fact that your dad is like he's recognizing that because you know African parents, you know, sometimes your purpose you're gonna be a doctor. Like be a doctor, bro. Engineer, like you only got those couple of choices, but it's like the fact that he gives you that space to be open, that's always good, bro. For sure.
I think my most inspiring talk, my curb talk, probably with my director friend, and I've been a long time friend I've been working with. And he called my phone. I missed this whole Hollywood drama with a specific actor. I'm not going to name drop, but like very specific actor who's big right now. And he was basically telling me as a black man, like day to day, like you're already looked at. You have a magnifying glass on you, like, and especially if you're someone of a high value, like already high value, but you're a celebrity black man. I feel like he was basically just telling me that we're a spectacle at that point. Like, people are watching your every move. People are looking at how you walk, how you talk, how you present yourself. And any small move you make can be blown up into something that's much bigger than what it really is. So it was just basically just kind of letting me know I should keep my head on tight. Really just keep the people around me who are around me in a good space. Really just trying to have that mindset of this is the where we're supposed to be. The purpose we have, like, stay in that lane.
Yeah.
Like, don't be doing too much because it can be bigger than what it is.
Man. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you're gonna be in a certain light. Yeah, you're gonna have more attention to yourself, so you kind of have to carry yourself in the right way because, like, you really don't know who's watching, bro.
Exactly.
You're
not trying to get on DV, bro. You're not trying to get that guy, bro. DC artists gonna
say cheese, you know how.
Exactly, bro. Nah, bro.
There's only confusion on those pages, bro. That's it. What about you, Josh? What would you say?
So I would say my curb talk, my most inspiring convo, it was with myself. Like, I'll say it was one day, I think it was like last year, 2022, before like my career started to take off. It's like 2 a.m. and you know how it's 2 a.m. You start doing your push-ups and everything. Like, I'm remembering all the convos I had with like everybody around me, and I just looked at it like, bro, I gotta make it. I'm telling myself, talking to myself. Look, I'm literally looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, bro, all those conversations I had with people, it's like, it's time, bro. I'm looking at this world like, bro, I'm not trying to sound spiritual and everything, but like, I'm looking at this world like, bro, I'm the main character. Everybody else around me just characters. Y'all just, I'm not trying to go on y'all, but like, y'all like NPCs, but basically, bro. Like, and I'm just like, it's a game, bro. I know what I want to get at the end of the tunnel, so I got to use everything, every tool, every asset I got to keep going to win the game, and that's to be successful. So that's my convo.
Like that, man.
Josh says me versus me.
Yeah.
You got main character syndrome?
Nah. But like with that,
That's interesting. Like we done this a couple times, but like I never heard anybody say like a conversation with yourself. But it's like, bro, like sometimes the best conversation, you gotta have conversation with yourself. Like sometimes you gotta take the time to just sit down and just think. And I feel like I really ain't been doing that sometimes. I just, life just be moving around, but it's like sometimes you really just gotta sit down and get your thoughts for a little bit, man.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, people always say like talking to someone is weird, but like I like enjoy talking to myself. I do tell myself I gotta talk to
You gotta talk to a genius sometimes.
Yeah, bro. I be in the crib sometimes, like I just be talking out loud, and then I pee. I'm like, I'm talking out loud to nobody right now, but it's like, it's just how life works sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Bro? A lot of thoughts in your head. So,
But yeah, we're gonna go straight into it. That was a curve moment. Appreciate y'all for listening for that. We're gonna get straight into it. Y'all made a movie, Cain or Abel. Y'all say y'all name the characters in the movie. Like,
all right, so I played Mace.
I play Bryce.
I played Nell.
all right, bro. And listen, we might discuss certain things in the movie. So first of all, if you're watching this and you haven't seen Cain and Abel, I don't know what you're doing. Go back, make sure y'all watch that joint.
go tap in.
Yeah, go tap in for sure. Cause
So I was we had a little tap in for UMD students.
Yeah.
We have a premiere coming up at UMD soon, so be on the lookout for that.
Say no more. So make sure y'all tune in. So like, how did it start? Like, what was that first idea? Hey, man, let's start a movie, man.
Ooh, Donna's though. I guess I started off, but basically, me and John had already been on our individual like careers type of thing. John was already doing music videos and directing. I was doing my own acting, and we tried 3 times at this. John had wrote a movie called Cranberry Juice. For those if you ever saw it, it never came out, but he wrote a movie called Cranberry Juice. There were a lot of ups and downs, but it ultimately didn't come out, sadly. And then but I think about like 6. That was like
2021.
That was 2021, like right after we graduated. And then like 6 months later, I'm like, yo, I got a movie idea. It was bad. Like, it was really bad, bro. Like we tried and a whole bunch of stuff going wrong, and that never came out too. And that was like beginning of 2022. Beginning of 2022. And then this summer, I talked to John. I called John. I was like, bro, like let's work on something. We were always going back and forth, like asking, like, yo, we're gonna do something. Like, when's the time to do something?
Right.
And
it was at a party.
Yeah, it was at a party. And then we went to our man's Donna's birthday party. I think. Shout out Donna. Went to her party. We were on the couch, just chilling, eating suya. And and John was like, bro, like I got an idea. And I'll let him tell you about that.
All right, so when I came up to Norlian, I had the idea of like retelling Bible stories and like the message, but with a modern twist. Hence all the like cussing and shit in the movie and stuff. So so I pitched him that idea, and then he was like, I got this idea for this other film, and it was about basketball. So we kind of just merged the two, and I was like, I think we should call it Cain or Abel. And he was like, I don't know about that. Ultimately we came to the decision to name Cain or Abel, and then ever since then.
Why didn't you like the name Cain or Abel?
Bro, my ego. I had the original name like for the film. It was gonna be called A Tale of Two Cities. Yeah. So like I wanted to get it out there, and then I was like, I like the idea because like we could tie back to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We're both religious, so it's like it just makes sense.
And for those of y'all who watch the movie, if you think about it, Cain or Abel, it's like you don't really know who is who.
Right. And I was, it's crazy you said that because I was watching the job. I was like, wait a minute, because obviously you know the story of Cain and Abel. Like for those who don't know, like Cain killed his brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I'm watching, I'm like, bro, who's gonna be Cain? Who's gonna be Abel? You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't really able to piece it together because it's like there's so many moving parts in the movie. So I like what y'all did with that for sure.
I low-key thought I had to figure it out. I was like, well, older brother gonna kill the younger brother.
I already knew that. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of it, man. Like you just have that idea, like you come in already expecting like for it to go the way it goes, but we just put the script on y'all. So I think giving the audience an ability to like kind of like interact and engage with the film on a deeper level just makes it makes it much more connected, like relatable.
I like that. So y'all, you said you was doing like music videos or something before?
Yeah.
Got you. So like y'all, what did y'all say? Y'all say y'all was always interested in like creating content, things like that. Like how do y'all get that started when it comes to that?
Definitely. All right. So as far back as middle school, I used to do like YouTube skits and stuff in middle school, bro.
Okay.
You already know I was like for that joke, but like it was something that I enjoyed doing. So I was just like I kept the whole creative hobby like on the back burner. But then when quarantine came up, I started doing graphic design. And I just really got into like artwork and like doing all types of covers for artists and stuff like that. And I just developed my skills. And then eventually I saved up for a camera. 2021 came, they lifted the whole COVID thing. Niggas was outside and then started going outside, shooting music videos. Shout out PTP. I was working with him for a while. And yeah, I just developed my filmmaking skills and just kept working on it.
It's crazy. Once you get that first camera, bro, I opened a lot of doors. Man.
Yeah, dude. I think everybody got to pick a camera at some point.
Yeah, at some point.
So talk about how long did it take to film Cain or Abel, like that whole process?
Like filming or like everything from start to finish?
Start to finish, yeah.
That was like, we started in July, so so July to the premiere. Basically the premiere.
Like, we planned to shoot from August to November, but that did not go as planned. We had these guys come back after we shot. We were begging them like, yo, please come back, bro. Like, just we can curse on this though. I'm making sure like be like, please fuck with us, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, please fuck with us, bro. Come back, bro, and like. They did, bro. Like, man, we got shot at the cast. Like, who isn't here? Chris, Gregory, Zadia, Cornelius, Paris, everybody. Like, everyone came back and just supported this film.
So wait, so y'all shot it and then with just y'all two, and then like everybody come back.
All right. So basically, what happened was we shot majority of the scenes, and like we were planning to wrap up, but then like I remember showing some of the clips to my sister. And then she was just like, she just started bidding. And then I was just like, nah, like if she bidding, I don't know why they go like that. So I hit up Norlian and I was like, bro, like we gotta reshoot this show. And he was like,
you gonna put in all the work?
Yeah, but then I was like, bro, like if we taking our time and we're marketing this jump, like it's something we gotta make sure that we actually put something out there that's worthwhile watching.
The best content out there.
So I had to talk with him, and then I hit up Josh and Chris, and I hit him up, and I was like, yo, like, I can't have y'all on the screen looking goofy, bro. Like, this is a public image, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So eventually everybody came around to the idea, and shout out to Cash for, you know what I'm saying, believing in our vision. But yeah, that's what happened basically with the reshoots.
Damn, so talk about like, so obviously like y'all have the idea for the movie and things like that. So what did the cast come into play? Like, how do y'all take the time when it comes to casting? Like, Josh, how did things come to you to play? You know what I'm saying? So how was that whole process with the whole casting thing?
It was a real chill process. Like they made it chill. Like talk about the audition as well.
Yeah, for sure.
The audition was like on Zoom. So so I'm in my room, right? I'm chilling. I'm like, man, how am I gonna do this audition, bro? And I'm just practicing like everything. And when I got there, I'm like, yo, this is John and Norlian.
It's your man.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, just because at this point I never like said a monologue in front of anybody, bro. Like this, like my first like big audition, bro, and I'm just kill it, like and they liked it. Yeah. And then originally,
what was your monologue?
It was this monologue.
It was Spencer too.
No. I think that was Greg.
Yeah.
I forget, bro. It was an old monologue, bro. Like contemporary. It was not contemporary, but it was like back then. So I don't really remember it now, but I do remember like the words and stuff, the name.
Okay.
Damn. So it's like, y'all gave him the monologue he should do himself, or you pick your own monologue?
They gave me.
No, we had them bring their own monologue at first, and then for the callback, we had them do a scene.
Gotcha.
But the funny thing is, like with Josh, like he actually didn't originally audition for Nell.
Yeah.
He auditioned for Reggie, like the main character. But then we were like, bro, like he's gonna body the role. You know, like he just had that demeanor, bro. And like so, and we already knew that Nell was kind of like a comedic relief. So like Josh is already naturally funny. Josh is already naturally a character. So it's like it just fit, bro.
Yeah,
it just fit.
So so when somebody auditions for like a different position and they don't get it, like a different character, how do y'all make that transition to another person? So that's pretty like.
I feel like off of knowing Josh, like nigga's funny as shit. He's Josh funny, so I could see Nell, the character Nell, as like comedic relief, and that's kind of what we used him as.
Right.
So I was like, that's just like what he fits like naturally. And speaking of casting, like I wasn't even supposed to act in this show, like
for real.
Yeah, but we couldn't find nobody that fit Mason.
Y'all should hit me up.
I was watching that joint. I was like, wait, I seen you pop up. You had the goose on. I was like, my man Mac love the goose on.
Next time I got that.
Nah, bro, we gotta get y'all in, bro.
That's crazy. So like, all right, bet. So y'all casting things like that. So how do y'all, on the director side of things, how do y'all even try to do it with casting? Because like, y'all do audition, but it's like it's y'all friends, you know what I'm saying? So how do y'all try to even go through the whole process? All right, let's do this. We're gonna audition you. How does that process go?
All right, so I think was Josh the only person that we knew?
I think, yeah, I didn't know Josh like that.
I knew Josh. So yeah, so the main thing we used for casting was backstage. It's like an app where actors could like post their portfolios and like come through. You could post a listing of a project you want to work on, and then they come through, see the listing. If they fuck with it, they apply. So yeah, that's how we pretty much got all the applicants. And yeah.
Damn. So yeah, y'all seen the applicants rolling and things like that. Like what? Y'all had a vision for each particular character and things like that. Like how was the whole like even the writing process, trying to put together the characters and things like that? How was that whole process?
I think with the first of all when the actors were rolling in, bro, we were hyped.
Yeah,
we were just so excited to even see people want to like be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like damn, like you actually fuck with us.
Right.
But with the writing side, I had already been writing. Like me and John had already been individually writing. So like I had like.
But it was separate though. So like it's just like merging it. How did that work?
So what happened? I know what you're talking about. So basically, what happened was we were planning to originally make it a short film, the length of a short film, and Norlian was just gonna write like the whole short film script.
Right.
But then I like as we started to go along and like revise it and stuff, I was like, we could just like expand on this and make it longer, more in depth type.
Right.
So he wrote like a good portion of like the first half of the movie, and then after around the montage of stuff is where I came in and like started tweaking things and like adding little like cross references and stuff like that to kind of make it more complex. So when he first started off writing, it was supposed to be just a short film, but we kind of like took it from short film to movie. And kind of like the end. So
how short is a short film though? It's like what, 5 minutes? Or like,
no, it's like less than 30.
Less than 30.
Okay.
So our feature is like
anything greater than 40.
So y'all felt like you couldn't really encompass everything that you wanted in the 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Damn. So like when it comes to the whole process, like when y'all writing things like that, like as y'all seeing people audition things like that and you fit in their character, like what goes to your mind, like the behind the scenes type of thing is like, all right, but he's gonna kill this bro type of thing. Or like how does that whole process feel?
Do you ever get time like, oh yeah, he ugly.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, we were bitter.
It was just because like they weren't over the road. Like, when they were reading it was like, is it us, bro? Like the writing bad, but like some people it just didn't work. Like I think those people didn't work, so the people who got work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They had that. We had to go through those kind of like those actors to get the right ones, and I'm glad we did. So
it's cutthroat, low key, because it's like, I mean, like these people, they're trying to do things, trying to audition for things, but it's like, listen, like you gonna have your own thoughts in your head, like sometimes it's not gonna fit, you know what I'm saying? So that's very interesting.
So how do y'all go through and say like, we're not fading you, bro? Like,
it's an email, man.
It's an email, bro. We don't say nobody pays that. No smoke, bro. No smoke.
So y'all was writing it. Y'all did auditions. Now it's casting time. So how many months did that? Yeah, when I was shooting.
So you're talking about from we start writing to like auditions.
No, at the auditions, y'all had the cast. Y'all was shooting for like what, August to November was the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was like what, 4 months or something like that.
4 months. We shot every weekend. For 4 months, but we were still writing there. Like with the writing didn't stop after casting. We kept writing. We kept doing more research. As the character getting more developed and complex, we were trying to just make it much more developed. So we kept writing. Even after every week, we had rehearsals and we wrote some more, and then wrote some more, and then I think we finished the script around like the final reshoots. Like December, we actually finished.
Okay. So how many scenes? Like how many times did y'all like shoot one scene? Or was anything one and go?
No.
One
takes or something.
One takes. Bar was one takes, bro.
It was that one where we were in the park.
With Chris,
Chris.
Basketball.
That was one take.
That was technically
what part?
The jump
when you playing basketball. When I was like 8, and that's your brother.
Oh yeah. That was one take. That was one take.
That's what I see. But everything else was like, how many takes did it take?
A lot of takes, bro. Home invasion, bro.
I can only imagine.
Bro, let me tell you a little story. Bro, so we in Baltimore, right? Mind you, they're home invasion scene. We have skis and everything, bro. So it's like, bro, we're black, bro. We're black. The only guy saving us was our cameraman, Calvin. He's Asian. Okay. So like the feds see Calvin. Like we're not in trouble. We're not in trouble. But it's like, bro, like, neighbors looking at us while we have skis on, doing the scene, running to somebody's house.
I remember it was like a guy and his daughter. He was trying to go in that joke. He was like, there
was another guy. He just walked by. Was like,
he's like, get him.
He said, get off that. Oh no, we are really in Baltimore.
Y'all was in Baltimore shooting nights. Is that ever Nick? Like, y'all fake Nick?
I'm not gonna lie,
bro. We actually, it
was cool.
But we had this one joint where like we were using like prop money.
And then we left it. They just started picking that joint up. I was just like, bro,
I think it was homeless.
Nah, and then remember when you came up to them, you had the joint hanging out your pocket.
Yeah, I
we were all flexing, bro. We were all.
I was going clutching with a prop gun. Somebody was
clutching with a prop gun. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
We definitely didn't. We didn't need the money, so we were like, let them take it, bro.
Because it's crazy. Because it's like, I mean, like you know, like if it's an actual big movie, like you see the big camera sets and things like that. But it's like y'all like just some young niggas, like they're not gonna believe like y'all shoot the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, damn, I can't even imagine how the whole process was.
But surprisingly, it was like when we were out there on set, like each day, like there were actually people showing love. Like there were people stopping at their cars and like, you're like, what's the movie called? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just shouting out. So I definitely was surprised at the love we was getting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like you would think people are just like, but they're not gonna make it. They're not. They're doing something dumb. They're weird. Like all that stuff changed everything. So the love and support we got was definitely raw and real.
That's good. That's good though. Like people actually showing love to y'all craft, and you can see it. In terms of like the equipment, like what type of equipment did y'all have? Like the cameras and everything.
All right. So for the camera body, it was a Black Magic Pocket 4K. That was what I was using to shoot music videos for a while.
Okay.
But then I just did some research on the camera, and like a lot of people don't really know the full potential of their cameras. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I just searched up like some real cinematic lenses for it, and I was like, damn, like I'd make a movie with this.
Right.
Yeah. So after a while, we started renting it, and it was hefty.
Mm-hmm.
It was like hefty.
Tax.
Yeah, it was taxed.
Yeah.
So eventually, while we were renting it, Norlian's mom was like, "Why don't y'all just buy it so you don't have to keep renting it?" Because we kept on.
How much did it take? How much money?
It was like 120 something a week.
Yeah,
a weekend, right?
And we had it like for 2 days.
Yeah, we had it for 2 days.
We had late fees, so we were
exactly.
keeping. Yeah, we were keeping.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. All right, so I remember I was thinking that the rental companies were sweet, bro. I was thinking that, all right, like how they gonna come back and get it after I already got it, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I was thinking, all right, we rent that joint, just keep that joint. We like, oh, I lost it. Like, if we buy with the insurance, it would be like, all right, I lost it. Like, it's insured type shit. But then they started talking about some police report and shit. I'm just like, yo, that's crazy. So I sent it back, and then they were like, boom, $700 late fee. Like, if you want to rent again. I was just like, yo. Damn. So we had to fork up that $700, and then like after that, I was just like, all right, bro, like on time every time, like not missing no dates type.
It wasn't trying to fake. Like, did you try to negotiate? Or
we tried to like, nah, bro. Like, it was business. So I was like, damn. Yeah, it was a lot of bumps in the road on that. But then after that, I was just like, we might as well buy it. So it was like a band, but it was worth it.
Okay. Yeah. And that's for the lens?
Yeah, that's just for the lens.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like doing things like this, like people, like you take that first leap and like becoming like content creator, things like that. But it's like it's an investment. Like you really gotta want to do it. Like you gotta just really put in the work for that. So I can.
And this is not for a movie. This is not for like just get ready with me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
So what else? Like it was just that camera. That's it. Like, do you have like other cameras or?
So for as far as camera wise, we use my camera and then one of my other mans, like he has the same camera as me, so we use that and then a combination with my lens. But then like for stabilization, we use the gimbal for some parts, and then we use like, I don't know if y'all seen the pictures on Instagram, but it's like this rig where the cameraman will wear something and it's like over his head. So we use that, and a bunch of it was actually shot handheld too. So we didn't even use a stabilizer.
That's tough. So because it's interesting because like you'll see movies and you mentioned like cinematic lenses, like so there really is like something, a specific lens or something like when you shoot a movie. Because like you see a movie and then you see like a TV show, you know what I'm saying? Like things, it looks a bit different. So is that mean like the lenses for?
Depends on the lens and the type of camera at the same time. Because for lens, like we just use one lens to shoot this movie, but it was a lens with different focal lengths, so it's like you can switch to make it look wider or more narrow. So yeah, it's kind of like a creative choice in a sense. So, yeah.
This is my question I've been wanting to ask y'all. Who did the editing? Because I know here, I know for us,
this
editing be spanking us. It's like, you did all the editing?
How long did it take you to?
Bruh.
Months, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I was first time, of course, like first time you seen the new project, you're gonna go home and be like, oh shit, like you looking at the footage, it's so sweet. So like a lot of scenes that y'all saw like were edited way back in the past, like as soon as we got the footage. But like for scenes that we kept going and you know what I'm saying, like in the future, we had to take time and like it was a lot of revisions and stuff like that. So and then like the editing process was me and him, so it wasn't just me. But like I was doing it because I had the PC, but like we were doing it virtually, so it was on a YouTube live stream. It was private, and it was just me and him, and we could see it. So he was at his house watching the live stream.
What was that editing on?
Premiere Pro. Yeah. So I just did like the whole screen recording and streaming, so he could see it, and we were just going back and forth on FaceTime and the live stream, and just like talking about different ideas. It was a long process,
bro. All them cuts,
we were literally talking about some with Jacob right here. I'm like, nah, I'm not fucking with that joke. And then like you do a whole sequence, and then just free it, just redo it.
And it was just like, bro, like
them whole sequence,
like a whole scene, like 2-3 minute scene, bro. Just clip it and restart.
Because the thing is, like, bro, like we be editing these podcasts, bro. These simple podcasts, bro, like. The pain that we're bro. Even doing one simple sequence, like you said, 2-3 minutes. Like I don't think people understand. Like it's gonna take like an hour, 2 hours to do 2-3 minutes or something. You know what I'm saying?
And then,
so it's like, and it's a movie though. Like, you gotta take different angles.
The syncing of the audio was like a whole different thing.
Hey, who you telling, bro?
Nah. All right, so for like the audio and shit, right? We record the visuals on one device, was the camera, and then the audio on the boom mic. So it's like seeing all these files and they just numbers and letters, like random numbers and letters, and it says .wav or .mov. And you try to mix the shit, And then you just got all this shit in Premiere Pro, different types of little squiggly lines. Damn, bro. So when I was syncing the audio, I would listen to it and like listen for like a word. Like I would listen for like a keyword. Like let's say nigga said blue. And then I would read niggas' lips. If the nigga said blue on the jump, I would try and like place it
with the little audio.
Yeah, exactly. Line it up at the same time.
Sometimes you gotta look for little clue words. Yeah. It'd be too much of a thing, bro. Like
that's crazy. You realize that all that editing, bro.
How did it feel? Like once for all y'all, like, you need that one, bro. Seeing a project done and like watching it through for the first time, how was that? How was that feel?
I'm not gonna lie, like I was kind of like deaf to it, like tone deaf or like blind.
Because you've been watching.
Yeah, I was watching it all like over and over again, so I didn't really get the impact or the emotion. Right. But like everything we did was intentional, so it was kind of like for new eyes that never seen a project. If you watching it, you gonna feel something at certain times. You know what I'm saying? So we just pay attention. Like when you were watching it before we started this, we were paying attention to like different emotions and different parts. And we to watch it. Yeah.
Damn.
So what were some of the other like troubles and struggles that y'all had when y'all was, filming the movie?
Money.
Yeah, money
and like creative differences, bro. Like, and you gotta think like y'all two work together. Y'all obviously aren't the same person. So y'all definitely have different ideas. And ideas that clash with one another. And like creative differences, bro. You really just have to communicate those through. Like,
so how did y'all get through y'all creative differences,
bro? Votes and
bro.
I remember literally there was this one scene where it looked like I was talking in the background. And we watched that joint about like 15 times. It was like 11 p.m. at night. It's me and Norlian on the phone. I'm like, bro, we can't use it. It looks like I'm talking in the background. So he gets his mom, his dad, his brother. They're all saying like, nah, it's good. I'm like, nah, bro, it's not good. We call up Chris, we call up Josh. It's like 11 p.m. We got a raspy voice and everything. like they're all saying it's good. I'm just like, all right, bro.
Sometimes you
gotta get bro.
Sometimes it's crazy. You create content, so you gotta like put your pride aside sometimes. You're seeing yourself on cameras. I don't look sweet here, but then it's like that don't hurt sometimes. Like when you know you don't look sweet, but then you see your man, he looks sweet. So it's like, damn, we gotta use it.
Take it for the team, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's just how it is.
I remember the last episode we just put out.
Damn,
I gotta edit it and put it out.
Yeah, fool. So like Josh, for you, like when were you able to like see the movie throughout the whole editing process, like just like cast members? How was that whole process?
Yeah, so I would like see my scenes and stuff. I was like, all right, so let me see this scene. Like, I feel like when you're acting, like you feel like killing it type of thing, but you want to like actually see it. So I'll actually like see it when we're recording. Bro, yeah, let me watch this tape. Bro. Like, let's see how I did, and then. If I like it, it'll be like, I'll ask John or ask him, but how do I look in that John?
Right.
I look good.
Be honest,
like,
bro.
Yeah, like be honest, bro. Yeah, John's like, it's sweet. And there was one take. I'm like, bro, I don't look sweet at all. Like, you know how like your reflection is like
lopsided.
Yeah,
bro.
So I'm like,
that's true.
I'm looking at this John. I'm like, bro, let's use a different angle.
That's not accurate.
John was like, bro, you're just like, it's your reflection, bro. You're fine. So it's cool. It was real good. It was real humble.
Damn. So talk about like the whole as actors, like you know what I'm saying, like how did it feel like kind of immersing yourself in a role? You know what I'm saying, cause even it's funny because I was talking about because I had met John before we even started the podcast. I would never expect you to be that guy in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it was like how was it getting in character? How was that whole process of even trying to become an actor in the first week? You know what I'm saying?
So what I would do is like I would actually like be Nell in real life, right? Like. I'm at Chick-fil-A, right? They ask me what's my name. I'm like, Nell. I'm like,
that's tough.
Like,
that's like method acting. Is that what it's?
Yeah. It's like body, like Nell, just be Nell, like the whole day. Like somebody asks me a question, I'm gonna respond like Nell. Yeah. Like I will even like go into like say the lines type of thing. Like,
I remember we were walking once in Towson and this nigga started talking about some shit. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then like I thought he was just talking like. In reality, but he was just saying.
I was saying a monologue. What's up? And like I used to do like London accents. Like let's say I'm at a restaurant or something. They ask me my order. I'm speaking the accent. They're not gonna know. I'm like from America, bro. They gonna
I be doing that too, man.
Any opportunity I got the chance to become a British actor, bro, like I'm just gonna do it, bro.
You just gotta body. You just live in the character, the character's world.
Being Nell ever gets you in trouble because you know what I'm saying, like no, you know what I'm saying. He really get to it in the movie, so it's like.
It didn't get me in trouble.
You talk to your parents like that?
I'm about to say, no, can't be talking to the parents crazy. Like,
nah, I'd be put out.
That's crazy. And was it like kind of same for y'all, like as actors, and how was that process for y'all?
For me, like, because obviously people will say that like Mace and me in person is like two different. So I say for me, since I work with a lot of rappers, like dairy rappers, you know what I'm saying, niggas.
Yeah.
So I would say I'm very observant, and I notice people's personas. I pick up on little things that people do. Right. So after being around them type niggas for a while, it was kind of just like second nature to like be able to copy them. You know what I'm saying? Monkey see, monkey do. Right. And I felt like I just kind of embodied them whenever we just turned the camera on. So yeah.
Damn. I mean, but the thing is, like, you can kind of feel it though, like. When I, because you see a bunch of movies, like different shows like Power, you know what I'm saying? Like you see like the street dude, you see the trap, you know what I'm saying? But it's like they got a certain demeanor about them, you know what I'm saying? Like he fake nonchalant, he chill, he alias, you know what I'm saying? But like when it's time to get to it, you know what I'm saying? But I can see like y'all really embody that. Like, so like, was there ever a point where like you kind of have to like study different shows, different movies to try to like emulate that?
I'm not gonna lie, I watch a lot of Top Boy, like UK stuff. Blue Story. I ain't gonna
lie, Blue Story. I see the correlation between.
I was in like Germany at this point, because we took a little hiatus. Right. I traveled with everything. John's like, yeah, I want you to look at this movie, and everything. It was Blue Story actually. I'm like, all right, cool. I downloaded it and I'm watching. What was that character,
bro? You know the guy in Blue Story who was like, he was damn. He was the one who snaked out. He was the one who sold out Timmy to Marco.
Yeah.
He had the hoodie and he.
Oh yeah, I
know. I was like, look at this nigga. Like that's kind of how we want you to.
Right. So now I can see the parallels, low key, because it's like, damn.
So like his voice cracks and everything, how he raises his voice in certain situations. When he's upset, his voice tends to get high.
Right.
I kind of like.
Personalized.
Yeah, the nitty gritty stuff. Like I use that in my own way, my own swag.
Nah, I thought I watched Blue Story, but I couldn't sleep for a couple days.
Blue Story was crazy.
I couldn't believe they would do that, bro. Damn.
So in terms of like people that want to act, and people that want to film direct, like what would you tell them? Like you know what I'm saying? Like people want to act and make movies and film direct. You know, like what would you tell them?
I would say, literally, all you gotta do, well, as far as like directing a movie and stuff, I would say, like, find people who are like-minded, because I feel like it wasn't easy to stay motivated throughout this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And there were a lot of times where I wasn't as motivated as everybody else, or like, let's say Josh wasn't motivated, or Norlian wasn't motivated as much as me. But it's like when you got everybody working towards a common goal,
it's gonna get done.
It's like, yeah, it's gonna get done, and on days that each other are not motivated, you get motivated by everybody else who wants to get that goal done. So it's like you're always going to be slowly getting towards your goal, like closer and closer day by day. So yeah, I would say that.
I feel like, because I'm more of an actor than director, but like someone wants to act, I feel like anyone can do it just because acting is an extension of yourself. Yeah. Like you're not going outside of anything to like figure out. You're not playing something that's outlandish to who you are. Like you're capable of reaching that person, reaching that character. So I think it's just don't overthink it. Like honestly, like with creating, like you're already creative. You're already in your own world every single day when you walk out. Like you have your own life that you can pull from. Right. So there's no room for limitation. That's what I would say.
Yeah, like Norlian said, anybody could do it. And I'm trying to get into like the director side myself, so I'm more of an actor, but I feel like it's a lot of hard work. Like it's ups and downs in this game, and you'll see other people, like other young stars, just like, dang, bro, like he's where I want to be. Right. But it's like it's your own race. You got to take your time. You got to take a step at a time, because you know yourself you're gonna get there. You only go as far as your mind can take you.
Yeah.
And you just gotta keep grinding every day. Like days that you don't even want to like act, like just at least like 5 minutes a day, just try something, or say something out loud. Just keep going.
And also, just to like add to both of them, like for acting, if you say you're an aspiring actor, if you ever stepped in front of a camera and said some words, you're an actor. It doesn't matter how you put it. You're not aspiring no more. You're doing it. Yeah. So it's like directing. Like you're not an aspiring director. If you pick up the camera, you shoot something. Just do it. You know what I'm saying?
So Norlian, how would you describe like the act process for you? Because like your character in the movie, like you started off as one way, you know what I'm saying, but you kind of have to transition to like a different character, like, you know what I'm saying? Like for y'all too, like it was like y'all kind of the same character from majority of the movie, but it's like you kind of have to transition from being like, this is my brother, I'm in the hoops and things like that, but then it's like you in the streets, like you doing things differently. How was that process of like changing in the movie for you?
Definitely. I feel like for I guess just first part Bryce, second part Bryce. The first part Bryce, I tried to just emulate, like I see him as a rock star. Like he was definitely much more confident and charismatic than his brother. Like he was definitely out there. I'm a music guy, so like I try to like connect to music as much as possible. So I was playing a lot of Lil Uzi, a lot of like Nudie, Playboy Cardi, like those type of people like who are just kind of larger than life in a sense. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Geeked up, crazy stuff like that. And then for second part of Bryce, I think like there's an idea in a caricature. You say it? Caricature.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Like a stereotype. A caricature or a stereotype of like a gangster, or like a trapper or whatever. So I think I try to be as honest as possible. Like I didn't want to be making an imitation or impersonation of anybody, because that's much more humiliating than violent. Because like there are people who are actually in the streets. Like me myself, I'm not in the streets. Like, but I feel like if someone is from the streets who watched this jump and they saw me doing an impersonation of them, like they could just never relate to it. And that's like, this film's for everybody. So I think for second part, Bryce is just trying to be as honest as possible and trying to just emulate the idea of a trapper, like of a scammer or whatever, because you can go so many different directions with it. But I think the way you go about it is just trying to just look at people. We watch a lot of videos. Like look at people who are actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I went about it.
I remember sending like Baby Jam on music.
Even the dressing.
The fist was changed throughout the movie. Like, he started out dressing like a hooper, you know what I'm saying? That he got the fit, you know what I'm saying? So
Josh had to bring out ski off.
He got the best.
I had to bring out the heli. I wish I had a heli jumpsuit, because you know back then.
Right. So, can we expect a part 2?
Everybody say that.
Can we expect a part 2?
Especially after the ending, like
something coming.
You know what I'm saying?
Something coming.
Or like a little spin-off or something.
Spin-offs? Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
That's crazy. Damn. So like as actors, like y'all say you want to become actors. Like what would y'all say y'all want to do next? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's different. Like, you know, there's so many different things you become. Like, you become a model, things like that. But like becoming an actor, like really trying to get into that whole acting space. You know what I'm saying? Like it starts off with doing this, but then it's like, what do y'all see yourselves like trying to become in the future? Even with you, like, because you weren't supposed to become an actor in the movie, but like now that you became in the movie, like you want to see yourself acting more. Like how would y'all describe like where y'all see yourselves as actors?
I definitely can't see myself acting now, because like beforehand, I just thought that I was like kind of like serving as a placeholder. Right. But then after the premiere, niggas started coming up and be like, "Damn, you played your role there." I'm just like, damn, like maybe I could do something with this acting shit. So I would say the only thing about me is like I love the freedom of creative control, you know? And I feel like for me, I would want to mainly act in my own projects that I get to write and get to tweak however I would like to. So I feel like the fact that I started off as a director gives me that power to be able to do, like, create opportunities for myself, type. So I would say I would see myself acting in my own projects. So,
I say the same. Like how for you, Josh and Norlian, like what do y'all want acting to bring for y'all in the future? For y'all?
So I just want to be an actor. Like also, I said earlier, I want to tap into the director side as well. Like, I have a project in mind, a project I've been discussing with John. Like, you stay down for that.
All right,
I want that to bring, like, I won't say revenue. I just feel like that's my life. Like, I feel like acting is just me. Like, I'm an actor. I was born to do this. And I just want that to bring happiness, like, you know, joy. I want to give back to everybody, like, change the culture. Like, I don't want to have my kids feeling like they want to be a doctor or like a surgeon or whatever. Like, be what you want to be, like, growing up. Like, and I'm glad I got a good support system around me to, you know, continue to be an actor, because it's a lot of Africans out here. Like, I can't even lie. Like, I don't even have the courage to tell them like I'm an actor, like, type thing, because it's just like it's that stigma. It's like, dang, bro. Like, oh, you want to be an actor, so you're gonna fail. Like that's what they be like. So it's like, bro. Some people will tell me, oh yeah, so what do you study in school? Computer science, straight. Straight. Like, but I'm working on that side to be more confident who I am. Just no matter who it is, just say what I want to do. So that's why I want acting to bring me, and directing as well, coming in the future.
Was it hard getting like your parents on board? Like, for all y'all, like, as actors, like, how was, because especially the content of the movie, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So surprisingly, I was telling my mom, like, yeah, so I'm kind of cursing it. And I'm like, I have a gun and everything. She's like, what does that mean? It's acting. I'm like, hold. Wait a minute. That's a W mom right there. That's W. I'm like, oh yeah, W mom for sure. Like, that's sweet. Yeah, that's really it, bro.
For me, it was like I'm not gonna lie, majority of the movie, like while we were shooting it and stuff, I was just like, my parents had no idea. Like, I was just I'm in the library. Like, they called me in the library.
Hold on, before you keep going, like John was saying, like, his parents didn't see it, right? There was one scene where I'm sitting next to John's dad in the premiere. Like, this, you know, the scene where y'all got kidnapped going to Pac-Man. Right? John's dad jumps like this. He said,
oh, my son.
I'm like,
Well, yeah, so like when I was hiding from him, I just told him I was in the library every time, and then like I remember coming back from the B&B that we were shooting at like 2 a.m. And my dad and my mom were waiting for me. Yeah, I was just like, oh, what am I saying? So they start yelling at me, like, are you doing drugs? I'm just sitting there taking it. I'm just like, I can't say shit, bro. Like, they got no idea.
He a superhero for real.
Yeah. Like, after a while, like, I told my mom, because I was just like, I got that relationship with my mom where I can kind of like open up. So I just told her, and she was like, I hope you know what you're doing. And I was like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. So after a while, I started showing her like more clips and stuff. And I remember showing my dad the trailer. And like, I remember showing my dad, like telling my dad I'm shooting a movie. I was making a movie. And he started laughing. He was like, you want to be a star? I was like, damn, bro. Like, you trying to shit on my face. I'm like, damn.
But you ain't telling me that, bro.
Yeah. But like, and that was kind of everybody's reaction at first. But like, when I showed him the ticket sales, this nigga was like, oh, my son. I was like, kill.
Yeah, when they see the results.
Yeah, and I showed him the trailer, and he was like, this don't look like a motion picture. So he was really fucking with it. And then he started like critiquing me and like giving me tips on what I could do better. Yeah. And he was like, why are you smoking? Why are you cussing? I was like, that's what sells. He was like, kill. Like,
okay. Yeah. Bro, that's crazy.
For me, I guess first of all, to answer your first question, like my future, bro, I want to be the greatest actor in the world, bro. I want to be the greatest after my generation, at least the best I can be. I feel like
you get there, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Yeah, like that's the best version I can be. I think I can attain that. But with my parents, man, I've been acting for a little while. Like I'm acting for 4 years now, 4 or 5 years since like 10th grade.
Like movies or like what? Like
nah, like just like plays, a lot of plays and like plays and like small theater productions in 10th grade. So like my parents, they were really on board early. Like my mom, like I told her like I actually watched the movie Dope. I don't know if I've seen the movie.
Yeah, Dope.
Mm-hmm. Like I started got me into acting for real, and I told my mom like right after that, John like I want to be an actor. I want to act. She's like, go sit down. So I was like, damn, like, they kind of shattered my dreams, but they actually started to see me like doing my stuff. Like me, I used to be like talking in the mirror like to myself, like doing monologues and it's like reenacting Training Day, like the King Kong speech, all that stuff. Yeah. So I was like, my mom, she peeped that. She was like, okay, I actually see like you're enjoying this. You're serious. So I was doing this little what's it called? This little agency where I got scammed. Bro, where I got scammed.
What's the story, bro?
Damn. I don't want to relive this though, bro. You been in that show too?
Nah, I don't think so.
Bro,
bro. So when I was in 10th grade, I literally was like not aspiring, but I was trying to really get into acting. You know, when you're young and you're eager, you'll do anything.
You'll get your foot in the door.
Exactly. So it's like my 10th grade year. I'm going to this acting school. I think it's acting school, and so
acting school.
It's a full acting school, bro. I realized I'm not gonna name drop it because like you're not gonna give no recognition.
No free promo.
No free promo. So my mom signed me up for it, and I'm there for like 30 weeks, like about 6 months. And the whole time I'm thinking we doing the damn thing. Like I'm getting like headshots. I'm getting.
It was scamming for 6 months,
bro. I paid a lot of money. I'm getting headshots. You tell me I'm doing great. I'm getting like evaluations. They telling me the dream, bro. So I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna do my shit now. And so graduation comes through, and I'm like, all right, bet like finally agent about to call my name, and I call him up like after graduation. I'm like, yo, like what's next?
Right.
As I said, no answer.
Right.
Literally, bro, everything, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I was like, damn, bro, $2,000.
That's like getting scammed out of like a bachelor's degree or something.
Yeah, because it's like when you putting time into that joint.
You could not contact him ever again,
bro. Like, no, bro.
So they took the time to like create a whole scheme of like, all right, we're gonna do this, John, man. Make him think for 6 months. That's like 6 months to scam somebody.
Bro, that's how that had to be a nice
patience,
break,
bro.
That's calculated, bro. Like, and you would think like they've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. So like, I don't know if they're still around, but like when they were doing it like my cousin. She's the actor too, and she was like what, 5 years older than me. So she's been doing that for like a year, and she didn't know, but she didn't know I was doing it either. So she didn't put me on. So, bro, they've been doing it for a long time, but nah, don't get scammed out here. Don't get scammed.
Bro, be safe out here, man. If y'all trying to become actors, bro.
People really take advantage of you, but you just have to keep your hand on the swivel and keep the right people around you.
Damn. So I want to talk about like the aspects of the movie. Like one thing I really enjoyed about the movie is like it was real DMV. You know what I'm saying? It was PG. You know what I'm saying? Like I watched that joint, the lingo, the way people talk, like, and I feel like there's really no representation of that in modern culture. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like just LA, you know, a lot of the drug movies, like they in LA, they in New York, you know what I'm saying? Or even like regular movies, you know what I'm saying? Like how important was like repping where you're from? Was that how important was that when it comes to like a movie?
I feel like it was very important because you gotta recognize when you're making a movie, you got a target audience. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we starting off here, we making something for the community. Right. Our target audience is our community, so we got to talk to them and kind of display something that resonates with them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was definitely a part of the process when making the decision.
That's tough. Yeah. And is that something y'all like want to do for like even like as y'all as actors, like would y'all want to be like still have the PG accent? You know what I'm saying? As y'all doing y'all thing, like how important is that for you?
I definitely think that I would include that in future projects because like this goes back to my inspiration from the UK. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but like what I like about the UK is that they got a real strong and solid community of creators out there. And I feel like after watching videos from there, it's kind of like you watch that or you watch niggas from New York making videos and see you like, damn, like I kind of wish I was from over there. Yeah. So like I was like, nobody's really doing that over here. We got such a strong sense of self, strong sense of culture over here. It's like, why not put that on the map? Why not, you know what I'm saying? Why not own it, embody it, and put it out there? You know what I'm saying? So
to add to that, like piggyback off of that, like you would when we talk to DMV, like people always say, like the motor vehicle place.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're never really serious, bro.
Yeah.
And then we actually like understand it. Like people are always talking about DC and then Virginia and stuff like that, but like no one's ever speaking on PG. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So like that's why we call it like the first PG movie. Because this is like where we're from, bro. Like that's what we have to rep. So I think representation really matters, especially from a community that's so big and diverse that we're in, bro. So I think it's a big thing to represent where you're from.
For sure.
That's tough. And then you guys kind of went on like, I want to be on a premiere. Josh, did you have something to say?
Oh yeah, I got
go ahead.
them. So like, I'm glad like John and Norlian, when they were writing the scenes and everything, they let us be free. Like they didn't want us to be robots, like read everything off the line. So it was like, I was adding my like little flavor and everything. Like you heard me spend the money, you had me like type thing like that. So it's like, dang, this is the DMV for us. This actually PG. It's PG County. We're showing like everybody that y'all could do it too. Like it's time we make like this, like the LA or whatever. Not LA, but like have our own type thing. But it's time we like rise up, bro. Like
it's so crazy that you keep saying this, like
revolution.
We really be talking about this all the time.
This might be like the third, fourth podcast this season where we've been saying like, nah, this is the time where the DMV has to take over. Like
it's our time.
Too much.
We have too much talent here, bro.
To not support each other, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But I think, bro, I really feel like now, like it's starting, bro. It's slowly but surely start like, bro, nobody's doing movies out here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's slowly but surely people are doing like things that nobody's really being done out here. Man. So it's gonna catch on eventually, bro. You just gotta give it some time. It's gonna
catch on. But I want to talk about y'all premieres. So Morgan premiere, how did that feel for y'all? Like
that was
that was biggest.
That was crazy.
Let me go.
You go first.
Son, like, do we tell them everything like that?
Go ahead.
Did y'all do a huddle right
Nah, go ahead.
So we're doing everything.
Yeah. Might as well. It's already out.
Yeah. So, son, we get there, right? Okay, red carpet. I'm like, dude. I'm like, okay. I see our backdrop and everything. We taking pictures. I was taking pictures. I was on that carpet.
He was hogging. I swear. Photographer sends a link, bro. Yeah. It's like 67% Josh. I'm just like, bro, what? Like,
but
I was getting a good flick today.
I was getting a good flick, bro. So everything cool. We get in the auditorium. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, okay, showtime. I see John. I know how John looks when he's like stressed, bro. I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at this nigga like, bro, what's going on, bro? Like, come on, bro. He's walking back and forth, just pacing. Then he goes upstairs. I'm like, yeah, something's up with this John. We get the carrying the desktop all the way down. Like,
the whole desktop.
Yes, bro.
The monitor.
Yes, in front of everybody, bro. I'm like, bro, we gotta stick together, bro. And then the audio's not working. Like even Osa, like was coming down there to like help. It was like everything.
Me, Osa, Bando, like everybody.
Like shout out to them though.
Yeah, for real.
Like and the audio just wasn't working, bro. And then I guess the problem was they were holding the audio or something because we took too much time. We didn't start on time, type thing. And
they can do that.
No, the thing was the guy who was supposed to set us up and like help us put it on there. He left the audio on mute in the sound box, so we were thinking it was something wrong with the computer the whole time, but it was actually their fault.
Dang,
so y'all like wasting time. And what's even crazier was they tried to kick us out. Yeah. They tried to kick us out before we even showed the movie too. So like at that point, me and Norlian, we're just like stressing, panicking, all of that, bro. And then like shout out Ade, bro. Ade said goodnight. Ade said shout out Ade. But he was just like, nah, like I got this. Like I'm gonna take care of it. And he calls. I think he called his mentor was like supervisor or something. And basically, they gave us another hour, helped us with the sound, figured out that the problem was that they left it on mute. And yeah.
So how long did it take for y'all to figure that whole thing out?
Like 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah. 30 minutes?
We were already overtime, bro.
And people were in the seats already. Like they waited.
He was leaving, bro. Low key. But you know, it's like the real state, bro. People who actually supported this state, man. Yeah. So that's all that matters.
Damn. So how was like y'all got the movie out, people are watching. How was it? How did it feel? Like even watching stuff on screen, like did it feel like, damn, what are they gonna think about this part? Like, oh, bro,
at that point, I was glad it played,
bro. Let me tell you, bro. The problem is not stopped there, bro. The problem is not stopped with the audio, bro. We had. The movie had lag. It had lag because something wrong with the file, bro. It's lagging, but like people were staying and people were like, they wanted to see it. And like there was at one point where the movie,
crucial moment.
Yeah, very crucial moment of film. The movie had lag, and John ran up to the monitor, turned it off right before the big moment, and it was like, damn, like this is crazy. But he got it back on, and everybody was fucking with it. I was like, that shit, it's a moment. It's a moment. You know what I'm saying?
Things never go smoothly, bro. Like,
we go. Things never go smoothly.
That's never how it works, bro.
All God.
Damn. So how did it feel? Like afterwards, like y'all get the love and things like that, and y'all on the red carpet. Like, how did it really just validate everything I was able to do at that point?
Man, I actually felt like surreal. Like, I was like, dang, bro. Like, I actually put in work. Like, I prayed for this, bro. Like, you feel me, bro? Like, it was like, damn, bro. God did it, bro. You know
That's good, man.
And it was just like, dang, bro. We put in work, the cold nights where we were out there wiping our nose, like 10-degree weather to work, shooting a dice scene.
I'm peeping, like it was cold.
I had like what, salmonella or something. There was something, bro. One scene, I'm calling John. I'm like, bro, I can't come to set today, bro. Like, and I still came. You know, I was in the car like acting, and it was just like people won't be able to tell, bro. Like flu game, no problem. But it was like, through the hardships, through like the tears, or like the anger, like there was a point me, John, Norlian, we like bumping heads a little bit. So it's like, dang, to put this together, like to see everybody smiling and everything, like it felt good. Like it's just like, dang, we're a team, right?
And I'm really glad that I got to share this experience with all the actors, because there were a lot of times where we had to really like hyper motivate them and let them know that we're working towards something. We're not just doing this in vain.
Right.
So like, every time when somebody would like complain on set or do something, I'm like, bro, just think of the premiere, bro. Like y'all gonna be standing in front of all these people.
It's gonna be worth it.
Yeah, it's gonna be worth it, bro. Like it's gonna be worth it. Trust. So yeah,
that's good. Like we definitely proud of y'all. Y'all really doing y'all thing. Y'all really made a movie out of PG. PG lingo, PG music. I heard of like.
And it's a good movie too. Like I'm saying, like the plot, everything. I was like, damn, it's like okay.
I'm at the UMBC premiere. I'm like, okay. That didn't happen. I was like, yeah, I'm about to talk. I gotta talk. I was like, yeah, I came to the right thing. So on behalf of the DMV and Curry, like, we're definitely proud of y'all. Really doing y'all thing.
Appreciate y'all. So like, what's next for each one of y'all? Like, what is next? What can we expect from y'all for a month?
It's like, bro, go ahead.
Okay, so, you know, do I want to drop that?
Go ahead, drop it.
CurbTalks exclusive.
CurbTalks, go ahead, drop.
Got this project coming out soon, so just stay tuned for that. For as far as acting, you know, just audition and get my name out there, you know, build a base in the DMV, you know, work with everybody, network. And God got me from there, but he gonna guide my footsteps. So for sure. Love that.
For me, I got 2 projects coming out. Let me showcase at Drexel University. And after that, like I'm writing this film right now. It's still in the pre-production process, but I'm writing them, and it's gonna be out backstage. So if you want to audition for it, definitely slide through.
I bet.
Same for me, pretty much. I'm taking a little time to like, you know what I'm saying, develop my skill, develop the craft, and get better at storytelling. But you can definitely expect a future project from me coming soon. So, yeah.
Where can people stream or watch? If people can make it into premieres, what can they watch? Cain or Abel?
So we got a UMD premiere coming up soon. And after that, you guys can stay tuned for some more info on the movie at Cain or Abel 2023 on Instagram. So, yeah.
Who's one person y'all would want to see on the show with us?
What you like? What you mean?
Like who's one person y'all would want to see on CurbTalks with us?
2G, and local rappers from where you from. They did the Montauk song, No Hook.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to them. I would love to see them on the show.
Who else would I say? Man, I don't know, bro. Like I can't even think right now, but just anybody like us, like the younger generation coming up and everything, like anybody that's making some noise, like, get them on this show. Yeah, that was sweet.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all sliding through today, man.
Appreciate y'all on the CurbTalks today.
So appreciate y'all for having me.
For having the platform, use the platform, man.
Appreciate y'all. We gone.
We out. Are we good?
Good shit.